With parliamentary elections in Ukraine approaching, the high-level conference in Vienna entitled Ukraine on the Path to European Integration provided delegates from politics, business and civil society interesting insights into the state of reforms, relations with the European Union and the Tymoshenko case, which has overshadowed encouraging developments in the country. Former Austrian Chancellor Alfred Gusenbauer and former Italian Prime Minister Romano Prodi praised the new electoral law, which was prepared with the help of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe and the Venice Commission, and was approved by both government and opposition parties in Ukraine.
There is a consensus about the conditions for the elections. And if there is a consensus about the conditions, this is a good prerequisite for a general acceptance of the outcome of the elections.
Prodi, as President of the European Commission from 1999 to 2004, oversaw much of Europe's enlargement process. He called for the EU to engage with Ukraine and deepen commercial and political ties.
Ukraine and the European Union are more and more linked together already, but not enough. We must have a jump in which to demonstrate that we have a common future, not only for economic reasons, for peace, and also because Ukraine is a bridge between Russia and Europe.
Both statesmen pushed for the speedy adoption of the association agreement between the EU and Ukraine, which was initiated in March but has been held up in the wake of the conviction of Yulia Tymoshenko, the former Ukrainian Prime Minister, who was found guilty of abuse of office for illegally signing a controversial gas deal with Russia in 2009 without cabinet approval. Gusenbauer said EU relations with Ukraine cannot just be seen through the lens of the Tymoshenko case.
This case has been brought in front of the European Court of Human Rights, and this is the institution that should determine what should be done. We do not have to use that as an extra obstacle for other issues.
Ukraine's Foreign Minister Konstantin Grushenko also attended the conference, which was hosted by the Renner Institute and the Austrian Institute for International Affairs. He noted that Ukraine respects the European Court of Human Rights and reiterated that the association agreement would be a tool to promote reforms and democracy according to best European practices.
The association agreement does reflect the balance of interests and the forward-looking aspirations of those who believe that Ukraine is an important asset for Europe, and those in Ukraine who believe that our future is in the united Europe.
Both Prodi and Gusenbauer highlighted the unanimous support by the government and opposition in Ukraine for the association agreement and stressed the importance of engagement with the country rather than containment, especially in light of Russia's growing influence in the region.
Ukraine should become the symbol of the cooperation between the European Union and Russia, being a factor of stabilisation within the area. And for this purpose, I think Europe should not push the Ukraine away. Quite the contrary.
Delegates pointed out that since 1945, Europe has repeatedly practiced a policy of engagement with its neighbours, strengthening democratic values and promoting unity. The success of the European model, which has led to an unprecedented period of peace and prosperity on the continent, should not be stopped at the border with Ukraine.